Okay, folks, it's a bit cloudy out there today. Yeah, they said it was going to be 8 degrees to 19 degrees today. So let's see. Oh, we got the sun cracking through nicely through the window. Anyway, let's just get back to the progie. Okay, let's see what we have. We have here one of these. We'll just show you the title page. It's the Pokemon, that sort of shit. And we're interested in the picture. It says whatever it is. I don't buy these. I just find them from time to time. They're quite common. They're not good for children, folks. They don't teach good values, and they end up becoming addictive. You know, kids just want to keep buying more and more of them to get the whole set. They're just such a waste, you know, like they're just a waste of fucking money and a waste of resources. You know, they're just shit. But kids love them, and unfortunately, and they become like a social kind of a thing in the schoolyard, which is a real pain. Not every child has rich parents to buy this sort of shit. And this came up looking really quite interesting. It looks shit house though. I do think yellow's a better colour. I don't know why the black didn't fill in. Why that's all white. I think yellow will look better. Even though I'm trying to conserve yellow because I don't have a spare toner cartridge. But it's just going to be a little bit of yellow by the looks of things. What am I doing, folks? Maybe we can make it a dot matrix. Yeah, that's come up looking really quite interesting. The yellow looks a bit blendy though, although it looks quite nice. I'm going to adjust, I think, the hue of this. It looks a bit too warm. So we're going to go there. Maybe going to leave that. Yeah, that looks a bit better, the extra bluiness to it. That's the first version, that's this version, and there's a better mixture of colour. Just pull that one away, or those two away. So that, and the red looks a bit shitty though, so I think yellow's a good colour. So now we're just going to enlarge that one. Actually, got to switch off the negative, got to make this less dark. So yeah, Pokemon's shit, folks. It's not really good for children. It's not really good values for children. Let's see how we go with this. But yeah, I just hate Pokemon, folks. I hate all this shit, this fantasy crap that people like to peddle to children, because children typically are into fantasy. For some reason, real life doesn't favour them. They don't seem to have any concept that reality can be good if you know what to do in life, that life can be a wonderful thing. And you don't need fantasy, you don't need pretense. You just be yourself, you be who you are, you make your dreams come true. You know, you live your life the way that you want to live it without being selfish and evil like money fuckers, but you still live a life that, you know, that you just be yourself and follow your dreams. I'm trying to get on the 6 o'clock news to get on recognised as a photocopier artist, and I'm trying to get in touch with my lost partner, and I'm hoping Channel 9 will make it happen. Yeah, that looks really quite interesting. I do think we're going to enlarge it more on the vertical and the horizontal as well. I don't like that little bit in the corner. I don't know how this is going to look as a mirror image. I didn't think of it as such for some reason. Maybe enlarge it heaps off the bottom. Photocopy is getting old. You can just hear this. I think it's the scanner that was squeaking just then. Yeah, that's come up looking really quite interesting. I don't know how it's going to look, folks. Gonna move it across. But yeah, children shouldn't be expected to treat life that fantasy is all that you get when you are a child, and then when you grow up you become an adult that's disillusioned and disappointed with how life turned up. And it's really wrong, you know. No one is doing the job that they want to do, it seems. Everyone's just doing it for the money, including these idiots with Pokemon, and basically they just care about money, and they don't care about what job they do and how they do it. They don't have any concept of dreams and aspirations anymore. People just care about money, and money's become some kind of deity that people worship, and people worship it really hard, and they hurt people that are less fortunate, who don't have that kind of money and privilege. The photocopier industry is full of shit. I want to redesign the photocopier from scratch, but I know that I don't have the backing of the corporations. Even if I wasn't disabled, I wouldn't be able to get anywhere and make my dreams come true. I have to do it differently. I have to take the long way round, and it really is hard trying to compete with these bitches who care only about money. In the photocopier industry, it shows in their workmanship. Like, you don't see any new features anymore on these equipments. There's no more new features anymore. They just rehash and regurgitate features of old iterations of equipment. And it really is quite boring, and the industry's just full of boring fucking idiots who don't care about anything else but money. And I don't have any respect for the bitches. I have no respect for them, folks. I just can't accept what they're making. And keep my mouth shut. I'm not going to fucking let them steal my future as in the industry. And the industry's just full of shitheads, basically. Money's become the dream, chase after money, make money, buy things, consume things, fuck up the environment in the process. So, there's no fucking respect for the environment, there's no respect for anything that needs to be respected. The people in power are just a bunch of shitheads who just don't care anymore, who don't care about anything but their bloody revenue. And it really shows in their workmanship and their stewardship and how they look after the environment, or should I say they don't. And they don't care. And I want to redesign the photocopier from scratch and make it out of materials that have been primarily, as much as possible, recycled. I'm not interested in hacking minerals out of the ground from mines, what they call, what is it called? Virgin materials. Virgin, as in from the ground, like fresh from the ground, and then you have to process it and shit, and it's just more energy resources taken into it, more CO2 gets emitted, and then these equipments don't last very long. This machine's on its last legs. I do think it's going to eventually go EOL, end of life. It's already reached, if it does go faulty, it will be at the end of its life. I won't be able to use it. And these fucking bitches want that, because then they'll have to buy a new one. And then they'll be squealing all the way to the bank in absolute delight. In what I call piglets. They're fucking piglets. They're fucking snorting little pigs. Little fucking swine. And I have no respect for the swine of the industry. Their top brass is fucking swine. And I say to the top brass of the photocopier industry, screw you all fuckwits. I'm going to get my revenge, you bitches. It's going to be Revenge of the Nerds, you fucktards. Go fuck yourselves, sluts. I'll fucking make it Revenge of the Photocopier Nerds. Revenge of the Toner Heads. A toner head is a photocopier nerd or geek. We make the best product. You fucking make products that suck. You fucking swine of the industry. You fucking top brass. You fucking CEO. Now this is low cyan toner, but I got a cyan one spare. So I'm just going to put in 2. I'm going to have to replace that toner cartridge. But yeah, the swine of the industry. They don't care. And they make slaves. And that's one thing my photocopier factory won't be having, is slave labour. I'm going to be paying all my workers, including skilled migrants, a good wage, a bit better than what they're actually worth. And they're going to be toner heads or photocopier nerds and geeks working in this factory. No fucking money fuckers or people who are not interested, that just do it as a job. We want people who aspire to work in this industry, folks. People who really want to be there, who really enjoy themselves as workers in the reformed company or the industry, reforming the industry from one company, and hopefully it'll spread to others. But anyway, enough of that. Let's see how we go with this. And that's my 2 cents for the day. And I think we can now call this demo quits. This has come up looking really interesting. Yeah, gotta go.